Hello everyone, my name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader, and this is the collective reading for this weekend. So today, tomorrow, Sunday, and maybe beyond, because I always say time is kind of tricky that way with readings. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so I feel as if we're at another in-between point. We're at another in-between point, and I do feel like these are specific situations in which I feel like we have the potential to realize success for ourselves, but we're also kind of coming out of or feeling a little stuck in. It's kind of that dance, that in-between dance of our anxieties and our fears. So ways in which we're feeling trapped, but also all of the possibilities that we see within specific situations that we'd like to work out and manifest. I feel like we have some options for ourselves. There's absolutely some growth and transformation kind of like right on the horizon. And also, I feel as if whatever situations we're going through, the sense I'm getting is there's a lot required of us, that we kind of step out of our own way and step out of our fears and kind of move beyond whatever stuckness we've been experiencing. So yeah, I do. I feel as if we're in between a lot of possibilities right now. So yeah, actually, this is an interesting one that feels like it kind of maps past, present, and future, even as I'm just kind of letting the cards fall where they fall. So off to the side, we have Judgment reversed and kind of slanted. And it feels as if this is maybe situations in which our freedom has kind of been born out of them. So whatever difficult circumstances we've been going through, you know, and I feel as if this is that rebirth I was talking about this past week, Wednesday, I believe it was. So situations in which maybe we really felt our freedom challenged or we felt constricted, but we also realized a way out, right? So it is that feeling of like birthing something new. We're heading in a new direction for ourselves, right? So this feels like recent past. Again, it's slanted. It's kind of like this new birth, this moving away from constricted stuff. It's in our awareness, you know? And so that's kind of off to the side. And then we also have Eight of Swords. So swords are air. They speak to our mindset. They speak to our mentality. And this is a trapped mentality. You know, this speaks to our anxiety, our fear, our self-doubt, all the ways in which we tell ourselves that we are not capable or worthy or strong enough or courageous enough to follow through on something. But I feel like there's specific somethings at stake here that we're in the middle of. So this energy is actually reversed and it's a little tilted. So I feel almost like we're working our way through, you know, we've had some kind of really profound release from constricting situations, but we're still working our way through our own fears and doubts. So that's at play. And then also, we have this literally sideways energy of the Emperor. You know, this is us on top of our game. This is like our boss self. And yeah, so it's here, and with it, we have Two of Swords. This signifies choice. So Two of Swords is also here. I feel as if these are the options being laid out on the table, on my table, literally. And We also have this energy of success with 10 of Pentacles. This is like the realization and the culmination, and that, I'm not sure if Genesis is the right word or not, but it's coming to me here. So it's that powerful realization of success. So whatever we want to manifest, and I do feel like this energy is speaking to specific situations that we really want to succeed. And it's sideways here. So what I'm getting is that we have the option to really step into our power. We have the option to do that and realize this kind of success. But what it takes is our ability to, at very least, soothe our fears, recognize them for what they are, as opposed to grounded reality. Recognize those limitations, anxieties, doubts, nail-biting thoughts, recognize those, see those for what they are, and kind of like command our space. Really, again, really step into our power, really be the bosses that we truly are. This feels like that kind of that power mode, so this is an option, and I feel like it's kind of the only option to realize whatever we're looking for here, whatever we want to realize. And again, because Pentacles are Earth, they speak to specific manifestations. So even if that's a little bit more ethereal, like a title, like manager, or the status of a marriage, or some kind of leveling up of experience, there's still that thing that we can point to that's manifested. And so I do feel like we have a choice, we have a choice to really own our power and own it more fully. And off to the side again, kind of polar opposite of, or I shouldn't say polar opposite of, but just completely on the other side of this energy, Judgment reversed. So it's like, again, we've kind of birthed ourselves out of some other constriction, right? Some other limiting situation where we saw another way and we took it, right? So we began something really powerful here. And just past all of this stuff, all of that working past our fears, all of that, options on the table, all of this clump of cards, we have the Magician. Now, this came up before, and I am getting, again, that theme of like full circle, which is interesting. It's almost as if just beyond whatever we're working through here with our fears, moving past them, just beyond those situations that are kind of triggering those fears, we have, this almost feels like we're priming ourselves to realize a new level of awareness is actually the word that's coming to me, which is interesting because this primarily I feel like is growth and transformation. So but by way of being in these situations that we really like to have work out for us in some way, these are just a vehicle for more growth and transformation, but also greater awareness. Awareness specifically is coming to me. And so full circle by way of growth being cyclical, kind of like bringing us back to a new starting point that resembles what we've birthed ourselves from here, but goes one step beyond. So yeah, and I believe that's some other, maybe a classic rock song, that I'm just getting that lyric, one step beyond. That's what I'm getting. And that's what I'm seeing with this energy, with the Magician here. So, and the other thing that's coming to me too is no matter what the outcome is here, even if we give into these fears, even if we stay stuck here for a little while, I keep coming back to this truth about life, which is that we're never standing still. Even when we think we are, we always are in motion one way or the other. You know, even if that's, as Abraham Hicks points out, even if we just keep creating and recreating the same limiting situations for ourselves, there's still motion in that, you know? And I don't really think that that scenario is what this reading is about. I'm just saying we're always in motion. So that's the other insight I'm getting here, is no matter how this situation plays out, you know, our fears are on the table, right? That's there. That's almost like a given. Yeah, there's those human limitations, and also there's the potential for great success. But these situations that we want to work out, they're just a vehicle for new growth. They're just a vehicle for greater self-awareness. You know, they are just a vehicle for the more that we want to realize that goes beyond the specifics of these manifestations, if that makes sense. So again, we're at a really interesting in-between where there's absolutely specific things that we would really like to have work out, and we have what it takes to manifest those. We absolutely have what it takes to step into our power and really be our own boss, right? We have that. We just have to let ourselves know that we have that. I think that's what this message is about. So this option, it's on the table. I'm just going to see if there isn't anything else that's helpful that could maybe cap this weekend reading. Okay, so I'm getting two distinct messages, and they're just touching on what's already here. So the first is, it's okay that the growth and the awareness that we realize comes with human limitation. That's what I'm seeing here. This energy, Two of Pentacles, again, we have Earth here. This is an energy of trying to keep a lot of different things afloat, trying to stay balanced. Two is about balance. And I feel as if it's just speaking to our humanity and that struggle to own our power more fully, and that struggle to move away from our fears. You know, that there is that back and forth that you see going on here. And it's touching the magician. It's literally touching the magician. And so what I'm getting is that it's growth by way of working through our human limitation. It's growth by having to experience our human limitation and move through it at the same time. You know, it's not an easy thing. It's not a simple thing. It's not always a straightforward thing, you know? And that's okay. That's okay. But also, we have Queen of Cups. Cups are water. So water gets into that psychic, intuitive, and emotional element of life. So that's going on. She is kind of jutting out this way, also sideways, perpendicular to this energy here. So again, touching on our fears, touching on the stuff that we're moving through. And this queen is deeply psychic. So there's that going on. And also jutting out of her energy here, we have Eight of Cups reversed. This is an energy that speaks to moving away from what no longer serves us. And it's reversed here. And what I'm getting is that we know on a deeper level, we know what's connected to our fears. We know that they're being triggered by the stuff we want to realize for ourselves, but also they come from old places. They come from things that we're still in the process of walking away from, right? I feel like some of that is here, right? With this energy, we've realized something really important for ourselves, and we've moved away from certain constrictions, right? So that's that birthing and rebirthing thing happening, right? But we also just know that we're in the process of maybe realizing that more fully, maybe showing ourselves in new and maybe even more profound ways or levels what it is that we want to move through and past. You know, I feel like, yeah, this is walking away, and I feel like this is still holding on. So it's okay that we're holding on to some of our doubts and fears. It's okay, you know, and I feel like there is a knowing, you know, it's kind of just like interjecting a little commentary here. You know, we know that there's stuff that we are still moving past. We know that there's still vulnerabilities there. And yeah, and that's okay. I believe it's also that we can step into our power and still recognize that there's stuff we're working on here, you know? It's just that we don't have to stay dominated by these thoughts and this thought pattern. We're moving past something, and that's really good. And that's a process. So that's what I'm seeing. It's like the process is messy. We've started something really important for ourselves, and I feel like we've gotten, at very least, a taste of the fuller freedom that we can have going forward. There's more that we want to realize for ourselves, and the things that we want to realize for ourselves, they're kind of vehicles for greater awareness, greater growth, greater transformation. That's at the heart of what we truly want, but by way of these tangible situations. So yeah, this is another kind of a twisty-turny reading, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense that we are realizing great things for ourselves, and also that we are held back in certain moments by stuff that's triggering, you know, different fears, old thought patterns, old emotions that we are still learning to move through and kind of walk away from. That's its own messy process. And it's okay that powerful growth and transformation and new awareness comes from these messy human situations that are kind of ongoing, that are kind of their own process. But again, what I feel like is that we are realizing new levels of growth and awareness and transformation. And even if we're in that messy middle, you know, that is absolutely okay. That is not at all about lack of progress. You know, that's also moving forward. Moving forward by way of moving through. It's a really interesting concept to me. And again, I feel like it's very much the way of us as human beings, that we need to move through and experience directly and learn and grow and shift and change and even cycle back to things that aren't as helpful before we realize there's another way, there's another option, there's a new way forward. So yeah, a weekend of growth and change and showing ourselves that we have the ability to realize what we want for ourselves, and then also the greater satisfaction that comes with that. That's its own thing. So I hope that you all found this reading helpful. I hope that you resonated, or at least resonated with parts of it. I hope that you have a lovely weekend, however that turns out, and whatever you are on your way to realizing for yourselves. I hope that that turns out wonderfully. And yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and click the like button. If you have not yet subscribed, but you're interested in seeing more of these, please go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you on board. If you're interested in supporting me and supporting this channel, please check out my Patreon. Again, I'd love to have you on board there as well. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.